These are creepy TikToks that will make you rethink your whole reality.
In most legends, humans do transform into Wendigos because of their greed and weakness. They're also said to mimic humans in pain, making you an extremely easy snack.
What in tarnations is going on? Can somebody tell me who is that with the Pope?
I'm back, it's your boy Fittie to the E, and today we're looking at this compilation together, so grab your water, your popcorn, whatever you want. Just remember to subscribe and like the videos and get pushed to more people. Join the 3% gang that's subscribed to the channel. The like goal for this video is 200 likes. If you like the chain, check the link down below. 99% of these chains are free, so make sure you get a free chain in the link down below.
I just wanted to add this segment in because I already edited my video that I'm about to put out today. I just want to say thank you to William Haney for the $2 donation. And I also wanted to say thank you to Louisa Armago for the $2 donation. Just woke up, going for my morning walk. Thank you all for the donos. If you guys want to donate, just drop a super thanks and you will get a video shout out. Yes.
Japanese yokai, Yamachichi, the Breath Stealer, Demon Slayer? Yamachichi originally comes from bats. A bat that has lived for many years will transform into a Yamachichi. The Yamachichi resembles a monkey with pointed lips. They visit houses late at night and literally take your breath away. Take your breath away from sleeping victims, sucking out their breath with their pointed lips. Smoosh smoosh, suck suck. A person who gets their breath stolen will die the next day. However, if this yokai is caught in the act, it will flee and their victim will actually have their lifespan increase greatly instead.
Best believe if that was me, I would catch it like, bro, what the? As soon as it touches me, as soon as it came close, I would have knew. I would be like, hell no.
This is why you always lock your doors. This is Will from Will Whereabouts. He was camping in the middle of the woods in Box Hill, UK, when late at night he's awoken by a sound of a human voice.
I don't think I'm going to be getting much tonight.
He then goes on to explain that he was the only one there that night. I guess my question to you guys is, what do you really think it could be?
Well, in my opinion, I think it could be a bunch of different things. I know that animals can make sounds like that and you can think it's human. So it could be an animal or it could be a human getting potentially murdered.
What in tarnations is going on? Can somebody tell me who is that with the Pope? What is that? That can't be human, brother. And it don't just stop there. Who's the guy in the back? Nah, I don't want to say that the Pope is rolling with demons, but the Pope's rolling with demons, brother. Something is definitely not right.
Yeah, I don't know. The Vatican and all that, that's kind of interesting. It's also really concerning that they're worth like $20 billion. But hey, that's beyond me.
Let's talk about Wendigos. A Wendigo is described as an extremely powerful monster who has a desire to unalive and eat its victims. In most legends, humans do transform into Wendigos because of their greed and weakness. They're also said to mimic humans in pain, making you an extremely easy snack. Skinwalkers and Wendigos more or less go hand in hand. There's a ton of videos of them in the forest.
Something coming down, man. I got something screaming down there. I don't know what this is, man. Something f***ing screaming down there, man. Hello?
There's 3 ways to unalive a Wendigo: stabbing them through the heart with a silver knife or bullet, setting them on fire, and the third one is to just make sure you're not out in the woods.
This is proof we aren't alone.
Okay, so we all know UFO sightings have been at an all-time high recently. But the video I'm about to show you has to be the best UFO video ever captured. This pilot was in the sky flying his plane one day when he suddenly captured what might be the best UFO footage ever. Just watch this video.
I'm actually pretty sure that the government actually used that as a case that UFOs are real. I'm not really sure, but what do you think that was? Do you think that was a UFO, or do you think it was just like a camera glitch or something?
She played the Ouija board and began acting very strange. 21-year-old girl named Camilka suffered a minor head injury while playing volleyball. A couple of days later, she decided to play the Ouija board with her friends on an old family-owned hut in the outskirts of town. Shortly after, Camilka began acting very strange, making growling noises. She decided to barricade herself in the attic. The police were called in fear of her being possessed. An officer uses the name of her daughter to try and lure her out. Eventually, the officers entered the room and overpowered her. She was taken to a hospital where her blood work showed she was not under the influence and would later wake up completely normal. Did her head injury mess with her state of mind, or was she really possessed by playing the Ouija?
Nah, that is kind of scary. I really wonder what was wrong with her. Could have been that head injury, or maybe she was possessed.
On Christmas Eve 2008, a young girl opens the door to see Santa Claus, but it appears there's something under his outfit. She assumes that it's presents for her and the rest of her family, so she runs to give him a hug, but is instead shot in the face with a 9mm bullet. The man dressed as Santa, 45-year-old Bruce Pardo, proceeds to kill 9 of her family members and set the house on fire with a gift-wrapped flamethrower. Bruce's divorce had been finalized 1 week before the massacre, and the house he burned down was where his ex-wife and her family were celebrating Christmas. He had no criminal record and no past history of violence, and following the attack, Bruce drove to his brother's house and took his own life.
Come on, Bruce. What did they do to you, Bruce? Nah, some of these videos I watch where they're like kids get hurt or something, it's like, why? Why?
This CCTV footage shows this woman's last moments before she was brutally murdered by this man only moments later. Hi, I'm Meg. I talk about true crime. Let's get into this case. Grace Millane was only 22 and she had just graduated from the University of Lincoln. She was really excited about what was next to come. She had spent years saving up for a backpacking trip, and it was finally time for her to go. First, she went to South America for around 6 weeks. And according to her family, she was bombarding them with updates and pictures. She was a family girl. In November of 2018, she arrived in New Zealand. She was doing the whole solo travel thing, so she was on her own. Over a week later, she made her way to Auckland, where she checked into a hostel. Overall, she seemed to have been having a great time. December 1st, 2018, only a day before her birthday, she leaves the hostel at 6 p.m. to meet up with a guy from Tinder. This Tinder date's name was Jesse and he was 26 years old. You can see them meeting here in the CCTV footage and heading over to a restaurant/bar. Grace was being safe and she was texting her friend during the entire date, telling her that they were really compatible and that was going well. Jesse was apparently living in a hotel at the time, and around 9:30 they decided to head there. And these are Grace's last moments seen alive. The footage that comes after this is insane. December 2nd, aka the next day, was Grace's birthday, so her loved ones from England just started sending her loads of texts. Happy birthday, they were trying to call her. She wasn't responding, which was extremely out of character for her. Now, let me show you what Jesse was doing on the 2nd of December. Here's Jesse leaving the hotel. Here's Jesse up in that corner, buying a suitcase, returning it to the hotel, buying cleaning supplies, and lifting these suitcases back into the elevator and into a rental car that he bought that day. That same day, he even bought carpet cleaner, like a whole machine that cleans carpets, and told the hotel it was because he spilled some red wine on the floor.
Bro's hiding some.
Safe to say he's looking a bit suspicious. By December 5th, Grace's family had not heard back from her yet. At this point, they had a really bad feeling, and so they called the Auckland police to let them know that she was missing. So they filed the missing persons report, and the Auckland police started digging. The police did an amazing job in this case.
I really wonder why he would do that to her. Like, what did she really do? This is why you gotta be careful of who you go out with, because, like, I bet she was just chilling. She was a sweet girl, and then this dude wanted to come out of nowhere and just eliminate her. Like, what did she do to you, bro?
This is the scariest place in the universe, and it will send shivers down your spine. To find this place, you'll need to zoom out from Earth all the way to the biggest structure in the universe, the cosmic web. This web makes our universe almost look like a massive brain, as it contains giant tendrils made of gas, dust, and galaxies that kinda look like neurons. But in between these tendrils are huge expanses of mostly empty space, cosmic graveyards devoid of galaxies that we call voids. And 700 million light years away, there lies the most expansive void ever discovered, the Boötes Void. This void is huge. You could fit billions of Milky Ways inside of it. But throughout this entire void, there exist just 60 galaxies. It is so dark and empty that if you were dropped at its deepest, darkest corner, it's likely that you would see absolutely.
It's kind of cool to me that when you look at galaxies in the universe and outer space as a whole, it kind of resembles like a human brain in a sense. Like, you ever seen those pictures online where it's like you look at like a galaxy or like a nova explosion or something? It looks like the pupils in your eyeballs or like the veins in your body.
These are the most haunted places in England. Starting at number 4, Barry Pomeroy Castle. 2 female entities are said to haunt this place, the Blue Lady and the White Lady. This place is open to the public. However, if you see a woman wearing white or a woman wearing blue, turn around and walk the other way. Number 3, Blickling Hall. The ghost of Anne Boleyn has been haunting this place for many years. A staff member reported seeing a woman reading a book in the library, who then disappeared when the staff member got closer. Upon looking at the book the woman was reading, the steward discovered that the book was open to a page containing a painting of Anne Boleyn. Number 2, the Ancient Ram Inn. The inn was built in 1145. Visitors have reported haunting experiences, including freezing temperatures and a creaking structure. Although there have been many ghost sightings, one of the inn's most famous ghostly inhabitants is that of a woman who was believed to be a witch in the 1500s. And finally, number 1, Pluckley Village. This place was ranked as the most haunted village in Britain in the Guinness Book of World Records in 1989. Visitors have met people in this village late at night that they later found out that they were dead a very long time ago. There are numerous stories that cannot be explained. You tell me, what country should I do next?
Yeah, he said that place was super haunted, but the question is, will you visit that place? Me personally, hell no. But if you would visit it, put it down in the comments.
There's so many surprising facts about Cleopatra that are just not common knowledge, like the fact that she was actually born closer to the invention of the iPhone than to the actual pyramids being built. And I just want to share a few more of them with you today because some of them are very dark. And a reminder, if you like the dark and spooky, you'll love the podcast. So first and foremost, Cleopatra was severely inbred. Most people have 8 great-grandparents, but Cleopatra only has 2. Like, look at this. So this is our girl, Cleopatra the 7th. So her parents had the same grandparents, and her grandpa was her grandma's uncle. She was so inbred that some historians believe that myths of her beauty were actually just propaganda, and depictions of her at the time show her with features that are much more exaggerated than what we see. She also married her little brother and had him killed. But she also liked to have fun. Her and Mark Antony used to just run around getting drunk in disguises so that no one knew who they were. The Egyptians at the time also had many different forms of birth control that they would use. And this one was maybe a bit before her time, but they would mix crocodile dung with honey and insert it via...
That's low-key what I was thinking, because I'm like, yo, if they said that she was super attractive, because I remember hearing that Cleopatra was like one of the most attractive girls in Egypt. I'm like, bro, if she's severely inbred, she should not be attractive at all. Like King Tut, he looked like one weird-ass dude, bro.
The security guard gave 2 kids balloons and even talked to them. But were they ghosts? Let's watch together. And look at the balloons. They're just following them. and he's talking to them. Yo, that's crazy. Real or
I have 2 frames that I found from the Erica McKinney footage. You don't know about the McKinney tapes. This is back in 2015 when an old video camera was found abandoned. The footage is played back and it's immediately turned into cops. Everything that I knew about this was that everything was sealed to evidence. They never released the footage, but back in 2020, 2 frames leaked from this camera. This was the first still that leaked from the footage, and it's a 7-minute clip of what appears to be somebody kind of drying off a knife in the bathroom. The background of the picture is what tied this to Erica McKinney. Before we jump in, again, a huge thank you to you for making our podcast the top 10 in true crime. Go click the link in my bio so you can listen to Creep Time, the podcast, on Spotify or Apple. Like I said, the background of the video was connected back to Erica McKinney's bathroom. Erica McKinney was a Seattle woman who was found carved, is what the report said back in 2015. Meaning whoever took this footage was most likely the culprit behind it. This was the only other still that leaked from the footage.
Found carved is crazy. I don't think I've ever heard of anyone found carved. What does that even mean? Like, someone please explain. Like, did they carve out like, what? If you know, please put it down in the comments. That's actually kind of creepy, bro.
The water videos of her free diving,
terrifying ghost experience while diving underwater,
some of the nice scenery and nature to be found underwater.
What was that?
However, in one video while diving somewhere in Florida, she has a terrifying experience with something that she couldn't explain. Watch closely. What sounds like tormented underwater screams for help can be heard coming from all around her, but she is unable to pinpoint the precise location. After surfacing and checking the video to make sure she wasn't imagining things, she decides to dive down once again to get to the bottom of things, literally. After diving down for a second time, she finds nothing, nor does she hear the creepy unexplained screams again. And to prove that there was no voiceover added to the video, she showed the footage straight from the GoPro itself.
So, people are asking what camera I use. GoPro 7 works perfectly fine for me. I cracked it a little bit, but I use the case. Definitely not a voiceover though, so I'm going to show you the video straight out of my GoPro. Just like how I recorded it, so you can hear. Yeah. So it's not a voiceover or an edit or anything like that. So.
Now many viewers suggested that since she was diving through what looked like a ship wreckage, that this may perhaps be a ghost of one of the crew members' last few moments. Or maybe someone who was actually in need of help at the time. But I think it could also potentially be some audio interference. But who knows? She says that in all her time diving, she has never heard anything like this before. So let me know your thoughts.
Nah, I'm not gonna lie, that is kind of weird. I really wonder what that could be. At first I was kind of thinking it might have been a dolphin, but then I was kind of like, I feel like the dolphin would have made itself be known. And it kind of did sound like someone was like drowning, I'm not gonna lie. So that was a very, I don't really have an explanation for that. Let me know what you think down in the comments though.
Creepy things caught on video.
Flashes on. All right, let's
Creepy or what?
What do you think's in there?
Oh shoot. I was just dead.
You that man is. He looks like a normal guy, but is he? Let's enhance them with sharp AI. That girl is clueless about who she's playing with, cause the man with her is no other than Ted Bundy. Just months away from his first murder 3R. Who knows if he already knew what he was going to do?
Nah, that's a rare photo of Ted Bundy. That was right before his first murder victim. That's crazy, bro.
Did a drone film a mermaid swimming in the ocean? Some random guy was flying his drone. He caught this thing swimming in the ocean. That's not a dolphin. That's not a shark. It's not a fish. It ain't a dog. It's a mermaid, baby. Shabadoo.
I love that. He was hyped. He was like, let's go. Finally, a mermaid. Yes. Nah, that was funny. That was funny. Cheers to that dude, bro. Cheers to that dude. But just remember that these chains are free for a limited time only, so check the link down below. Thank you for watching. Please join the 3% that are subscribed to the family. Love you guys.